some chance to go and say why we don't want to save the other four. So we're putting forward our one, but there are some others in contention, and we really need to make sure that we don't vote for those instead. So we're going to go round and say why the others shouldn't be saved. And although we're not meant to jump in, if we get very excited and we can't restrain ourselves, we might just have to jump in. Let's start with Keith again.
Right. Well, I can't help but notice that with the possible exception of Doctor Who, all of the other options here do not contain vampires, which is surely the primary condition that must be fulfilled for any show that has to be saved in the apocalypse. Because the apocalypse, there's a good chance that it involves vampires, and it's important to preserve that knowledge in the case that it becomes crucial for the survival of the human race.
But what if the apocalypse? What if the apocalypse was caused by zombies and not zombies? What are they? Sorry, I've done already.
There are all sorts of
vampires. Maybe the vampires came and attacked us. We don't want to be reminded of that.
Yes.
Well, Buffy has all sorts of escapism too. There's romance, there's humor, there's everything you could want to escape from the vampires as well as learn about them.
So it's ideal then. Okay. Well, I do have a confession to make about one of these TV shows here. I have watched most of or large quantities of 4 of the ones today, but one of them I've only seen 10 minutes of one episode because I couldn't bear to watch any more. Do you know what it was? It was Gilmore Girls. I'm very sorry, but I wouldn't want to keep it forever because well, maybe I'd get to watch more of it, but I'd rather have something, I'm sure that I like with me. I don't know if you have anything to say to that, Tanya.
I'm gonna wait my turn.
and yeah, I suppose that's and as for the other ones, I think they have different things to answer for. I have been a fan of Doctor Who and of The Vicar of Dibley, but these days I think maybe The Vicar of Dibley it's not maybe as controversial or shocking as it was once, because we're all used to women vicars now, and it's and it seems like, oh well, what's all the fuss about, really? And Doctor Who, there are some great doctors, but there's some of the doctors are not really that great.
Oh, how very dare you.
Anyway, I think I've had my fair share. Joe, would you like to go next?
Well, it's really difficult for me to cast shade on 4 programs that I think should exist. You see, I think Gilmore Girls should exist. I think The Vicar of Dibley should exist. I think Buffy the Vampire Slayer should exist. I love the US Office. The only thing I would say is that I kind of reject the premise. Why should we chuck away all these great TV programs when if you saved the Doctor would find a way. The Doctor would find a way around it. And so that's why you need to save Doctor Who.
Great. Victoria.
Oh, yes, that's a strong argument. However, again, I've just got to go back to the butter. No, I won't. I've never seen the US Office, I must admit. I guess with most of them here, no, just the other 2. There's a bit of comedy in there. Your particular sense of humour has to be in line with them. I'm not sure there's any humour involved in Buffy. Again, I don't know, Doctor Who, do you laugh? I just think to get us through an apocalypse, we need something to laugh about. So American, oh, do I dare say that? American comedy of Gilmore Girls and US Office? Ooh, questionable. However, we have a strong British sitcom. I don't know. We might use, who knows? That might be a good argument or not. But I'm gonna sit on that fence.
Lovely. And we'll finish off with Tanya.
Okay, buckle up. First of all, what's the show? Simon, I've already forgotten it. It's a US Office. It's so unmemorable. Even Steve Carell can't rescue it. I'm sorry. Doctor Who, watched one episode once. It was a great exploration of the romantic poets. So interesting. Then a monster comes in. It's a robot. He's going to kill the universe, and it ruined everything. Just don't go there. Vicar of Dibley, we get it. You have boobs. How long can you sustain that joke for? As for Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I reserve my ire for this. I looked online for a list of best Buffy the Vampire episodes. Watch that episode. It's one where Willow breaks up with a werewolf. You're like, oh, I see what you've done there. A guy loses control of himself once a month. You have to break up with him. I see the metaphor. But no, instead, he comes back, he's controlled his wolfness, but now he says he only goes into werewolf anger mode because of her. He's jealous of her because she's got a new relationship. And so she, at the end, acknowledges, yes, it's my fault. I make you like this. What kind of anti-feminist moral is that? And it doesn't justify the need for a grown man to jump around in what looks like a very amateur wolf onesie.
Have you got it finished?
Save Gilmore Girls, because over a long period of time in the apocalypse, you will want humor and you will want companionship. And these characters are the best companions that you would want to keep around with you.
Lovely. Well, unless anyone has anything to add, I think we're ready to go to our voting stage. Remember, you can't vote for your own one, and it should be based on the things that the arguments, the things that people have put forward in this. So if we write on our bits of paper, then very soon we should be ready to reveal all and see what we think. Okay, you ready?
Ready.
Okay. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Okay, so we have 3 votes for Doctor Who, 1 for Gilmore Girls, and 1 for anything but Buffy, maybe The Office. So I think actually we have a very clear winner today. That Doctor Who, with the many decades of programming, is going to be saved. Thank you all very much for joining us today, and see us next time for the next apocalypse. Thank you very much.